Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today I am going to share. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Tshering Sherpa. I am the immediate past president of Nepal Mountaineering Association. Also, immediate past president of Asian Climbing and Mountaineering Association. And I'm also just recently the World Mountaineering Federation elected me as the honorary member of World Climbing and Mountaineering Federation, and I work in this mountaineering field last 4 decades. So today my presentation, the topic is impact of climate change in the Himalayas, mountain tourism and mountain waste management. So if you have any questions, if time permits, I will try to answer at the end of my presentation. Nepal is a mysterious land of hidden paradise nestled in the lap of Himalayas. You will never forget the land of snow-capped mountains and the roaring river valleys of the ancient preserved cities and the towering pagoda temples of the people, friendly people, and the fascinating old ways. Nepal offers unique pleasures to every visitor who visit Nepal, whether they are mountaineers, trekkers, adventurers, culture, religious, or those who are in search of personal Shangri-La. The core of the Nepal is a land for all seasons. Year-round, there are myriad places to visit, people to meet, and sights to see. Year-round, there are exciting, adventurous activities like trekking, mountaineering, whitewater rafting, kayaking, canoeing, paragliding, mountain biking, bungee jumping, wildlife resource, and so on. There are so many things to do. There are delightful, never-ending processions of year-round colorful festivals. Nepal is a land where arts and cultures are well preserved. The core of the mountains complex is known as Himalayas, the abode of snow, which is the youngest and highest mountain system in the world. The name derived from the Sanskrit word Him means snow and Alaya means abode. The main Himalayas are having series of lofty peaks and pinnacles separated by deep gorges. Each of these mountain peaks or the Himalaya in turn, since a wave of earth stopped with numerous peaks. It is not just the height that gives the Himalaya their grandeur, but it is also the tremendous contrast with the deep valleys that winds between the peaks. The history of mountaineering and adventure tourism in Nepal. Ever since Nepal opened up its peaks to the climbers way back in 1949, the mountaineering activities became one of the most popular trend of alluring thousands of adventure seekers into this country. The point of all this is the early mountaineers who established the mountain tourism in Nepal way back. The most successful ascent of historical 8,000-meter peak, the Mount Annapurna, by legendary French mountaineer Maurice Herzog and Louis Lechner in 1950. Then came the year 1953, when Soden Hillary and Tenzin Norgay Sherpa reached, successfully set the first foot on the top of Mount Everest. These first historical mountaineering achievement has proved to be the milestone in the history of mountaineering itself, and interest in mountaineering as well as a desire to climb the highest peak grew more vigorously, and numerous mountaineers and adventurers were allured of climbing the highest peak as well as other Himalayan peaks. Dream of mountaineers and adventurers. Every mountaineer dreams of climbing the greatest peak in the world. Nepal, without a doubt, is that ultimate destination for mountaineers, adventurers, trekkers. First and foremostly, Nepal is a mountaineers country and home of the greatest mountain ranges in the earth, that is the Himalayas. This unparalleled and stretches over 1,200 kilometer series of the great ranges of the Himalayas are the most vivid mountain drama in earth. Along with it has many of the peaks rising over 8,000 meters, including the third pole of world, the Mount Everest, Nepalese called Sagarmatha, we Sherpas call Chomolungma, mother of the earth, the much famed and highest peak in the world. Rarely a few places on earth proffer such remarkable amalgamation of splendid natural beauties capped with white snow-capped mountain and unequal opportunities to climb some of the highest peak in the world. But just imagine if 1,000 people goes for 1.5 months above base camp, what will happen? Because there is no toilet facilities. So one of the biggest problem in our mountain is the human waste. So I led Nepal Mountaineering Association for quite a long time, and Asian Mountaineering Association also, and we were looking what to do, the human waste problem, because the garbage we can clean, but the human waste is big problem. So at the base camp we have a garbage management and disposal systems, but above base camp it is common that the climbers, they relieve themselves behind the rocks or the ice, and the climbers, they use the crevasse at Camp 2 as garbage drum. And at that extreme altitude and temperature, the waste never decomposes, and it will remain intact for years and years. And with the movement and the evolution of the glacier due to glacier and ice melt, all the garbages come out, and it is not only the displeasing of the senses, but it is high health risk, not only for the climbers but also downstream communities. And the other issue is the fossil fuel. The mountain communities depend on firewood, and with the additional pressure from the expeditions, trekking groups and adventure group, we have a great threat for the frail forest. So what we did, considering all these problems, this eco-average, I just give an example. Eco-average, our principle is, if we earn something from the using the resources and earn something, we have to give back something to the development and betterment of that area environment. Therefore, we organize every year a expedition called Eco-Everest Expedition, because if you talk from the top of Mount Everest, everybody listens. But if you talk from the street of Kathmandu, nobody listens. So, Eco-Everest Expedition is a eco-friendly expedition organized every year since 2008 as a platform to attract maximum global attention, with the main objective to raise the awareness about the impact of global warming, climate change in the Himalayas, and glacier melting in the mountain, leading to the high risk of glacial lake outburst floods affecting the lives of the local and downstream community. Under the Cash for Trace program, in this program, every climber can participate, because especially on average, at the beginning, every Sherpa, all the climbers, they carry supplies to Camp 2, Camp 3, Camp 4, and then they come back empty. So they can collect garbage, and instantly we pay them, we buy the garbage from them. This way is one of the easiest to clean our mountains, and it is less expensive. Since 2008, we brought more than 14,400 kilograms, 6,000 kilograms of human waste produced by our own expedition teams, and 5 dead bodies for dignified burial and funeral, we brought down from the slope of Mount Everest. Just before me, you saw the presentation from Mr. Rai. Cleaning mountain is not that easy. You just imagine, some of the garbage came from the top of Mount Everest, 8,848 meters. It's not just picking the garbage from the street of Kathmandu. It needs a lot of effort. You have to put your life in risk, and it is also very expensive to clean the garbage on the mountain. And also, instead of fossil fuel, we try to use other alternative energies. So this is 2008. That year we could not bring not so much garbage from the mountain. 2009, we managed to bring 6,000 kilograms of garbage. Most of the garbage from Camp 2, that is 6,500 meters, and some are from Camp 3, which is 7,400 meters, and some garbage is from Camp 4, which is 7,950 meters, and few of the garbage even from South Pole, 8,700 meters, and some are from the top. And this is Apa Sherpa, who summited Mount Everest most. He is the world record holder of 21-time Everest summiter. And we use a parabolic solar cooker which works perfectly up to Camp 4, which is 7,950 meters. And we give a demonstration about this parabolic solar cooker. Sorry, I don't have the solar cooker. And then also we use clean mountain can. And these are some of the scene of the garbage collection. Okay. And paying the cash to those who brought down the garbage. And it is a very simple way. We supply each and every of our guides a kind of bag. They can pick up whatever they find on the trail, put in that bag, and especially on the trail, on the Everest trail, there are garbage pits. So they can put the garbage, they empty the garbage there, and again they collect garbage. And this is one of the most effective way to clean the trail as well as mountain areas. And here's my son. He's demonstrating how to do the cleaning. And that green bucket is called Clean Mountain Cane, which you can, it's a portable toilet which we can use up to Camp 2, which is 6,500 meters. And the other one is a rest stop bag. This is called a rest stop bag. It is very strong bag, and inside there are a kind of enzyme which decompose the human waste. And if you can bring down, it's far better. If you cannot, this has less effect on the mountain. This is called Tshering Sherpa, which purifies the water. And this is a parabolic solar cooker. 10 liter of water takes only 35 minutes to boil. At base camp and camp 2, we use at base camp and camp 2, which reduces a lot of fossil fuels. So now I'd like to talk a little bit about the glacial lakes. This is one of the lake which is west of Namche Bazaar, and this lake outburst 1985, and it washed away many of the infrastructures. The mountains are not, mountain environment is not only for the mountain communities, it is connected to the hill communities, to the Tarai communities, even to the Gangetic plains. When this lake outburst, 14 permanent bridges washed away. The newly built hydropower washed away, and it damages millions of dollars in the region. This is one of the most talked lake because my hometown is nearly 4,000 meters, and during summertime we used to go to this region. This place is called Imja, but 1960 it is just a glacier. But now you can see how big this lake is. 2006, the same glacier melt and transform into a huge glacial lake, and this lake is maybe about 6 times bigger than the previous lake which I showed. And I remember very well because my childhood I spent there and I grew up there. 1960 this lake does not exist. 1962 it appears as a small pond, and 2008, 2007 I participate one of the International Mountain Environment Conference in Matsumoto city of Japan, where I have to give a talk to the international community. I talk about that lake, and immediately the next day the Japanese scientists contacted me because the Japanese they studied this lake long time back, but no action has been taken, and they thought that it's not that serious. And the next day my presentation was one of the highlight in all the Japanese newspaper and even television, and they immediately contacted me, and 12 scientists came to Nepal and they measured the lake. Now the lake became 2.3 kilometers long, 900 meters wide, and 92 meters deep. What happens if this lake outbursts? It will create a vertical tsunami. The tsunami which happens in the sea recover very fast because of the accessible, whereas mountain, it will take decades, maybe centuries, or maybe never recover. So we have to look very seriously about these lakes. I just show you some of the potentially very dangerous lakes. In 1960, we have only glaciers. Today, we have 2,315 glacial lakes. These are some of the potentially dangerous lakes. because we don't have we don't have time, so I just show you briefly.
Thank you.
So now I go to the topic, impact of climate change. Impact of global warming and the climate change is highly visible in the high Himalayan region. The rise of the temperature in high Himalayan region is double the global average temperature rise. Therefore, Himalayan glaciers and snow peaks are melting so rapidly and retreating at an unprecedented rate, leaving in that place the highest and most unstable glacial lakes in the world. And these lakes are only retained by a fragile moraine. Threat of the catastrophic glacial lake outburst floods could take place at any time, any moment, and create a vertical tsunami, wash out entire valleys, devastating downstream communities. Once the snow peaks and glaciers are completely gone, billions of people throughout South Asia will lack water sources. Formation of brown colors, because our neighboring countries are industrialist country. So now we have one biggest problem is the brown color cloud, which is warm cloud, which contributes the rapid melting of the white snow. Changes to mountain wildlife habitat and ecology, which can lead to the extinction of various flora and fauna. Change in climatic pattern causing severe wind, hail, and ice, snow and ice storm, more droughts at one side and more floods on the other side. 2007, we have 512 forest fires at one time. Because 2007, the winter was one of the driest winter in Nepal. In migration due to water availability decreases due to the rise of temperature, crops are destroyed by bacteria, fire bleeds, insects, birds, and facing food shortages. Lack of snow over mountain made technically difficult to mountain climbers. New diseases appearing. These are the changes that the impact of climate change and global warming. Yes, we have some solutions. Encourage to climb an eco-friendly way. All walks of life should try to work for mitigating pollution in a local level to control climate change, global warming, and glacial lake outbursts floods. Government should adopt a sustainable mountain tourism development and waste management policy. The government should strictly monitor environmental impacts and run regular clean-up campaigns in collaboration with the other stakeholders. Conduct awareness program to the user groups and community-based solid waste management. Adopt an additional objective to refrain from waste disposal on mountain. So perhaps maybe I have not much time, so I wouldn't like to go there. So now for every one of us, the mountains are our heritage, our glory, our pride, and future of our nation. The mountain areas need conservation and sustainable development. The mountains are gift from Mother Nature, which we need to respect and protect. With this very goal, we, Nepal Mountaineering Association, let's do it Green Action Nepal. Let's do it Whole Foundation and the other related organizations need to join hands together and do something to protect our mountains and our Himalayas, because saving Himalaya or a mountain means saving ourselves and our future generation. Himalayan water. The Himalayas are the water tower for 1.4 billion people, and 1.4 billion people is 1/4 of the whole population. And as for some scientists, by 50-year time, all the glaciers, white snow peaks will melt away, and the glacial lake will drain, and there will be a shortage of water. If 1.4 billion people get a shortage of water, what will happen? It's not only the environmental problem, it will create a political problem, it will create a humanitarian crisis which never seen before. So every one of us join hands together to save our Himalayas. Let's think sustainably, work together, and save our Himalayas. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I will just give 2 questions or comments, if anybody has. Yes?
I would like to know maybe a little bit more about the Cash for Trash project, because you said that your Sherpas or anyone who wants, they are bringing up the waste from the mountains down, and there they can sell it. I would like to know what is happening with the waste afterwards, and also for what money, like who is buying this waste.
As I told you earlier, that I run a mountaineering and trekking company. Our policy is, if we earn some money using that sources, we assign some money for that project. And I forget the Mr. Temba was here. He is the owner of North Face Nepal, and also North Face supports this project. But most of the money we use from the profit of the expeditions to bring down the garbage. This is just our company policy. So now what happened is, since we implement this project since 2008, now many of the other companies are also doing the same thing, which is good for the betterment of mountain environment.
And what is happening with the trash afterwards?
So what we do is we bring down that garbage to a place called Kumjung. It's just above Namche Bazaar. We separate it, biodegradable garbage and non-biodegradable garbage. And some of the garbage we bring to Kathmandu. And we also work with the Kathmandu University art students to make some sculptures.
Okay, one more thing. Yes.
Thank you, Tshering. Very nice talk, very much. Very inspiring. Just one thing, what happened with the environment tax for the expeditions? Is it really working? Where are we in that? Because you didn't really mention it. So.
What happened is Nepal's tourism policy is becoming our tourism policy is not as effective as our neighboring countries' tourism policy. So we gave many suggestions to Nepal government. The problem is we never had a stable government. So by the time when the ministers or secretaries try to understand about the tourism, they are either transferred or shared. So the longest serving tourism minister is the Tshering Sherpa, and Tshering Sherpa formed a committee to give a suggestion to the Nepalese government. And so I was one of the members in that committee. We gave a long suggestions to the government already before 2011, before the start of tourism year 2011, but we don't know where is this report. And that is the problem. If they implemented that report, the tourism will change a lot. We gave so many suggestions. We studied a lot to the other countries' policy as well as institutions. And we gave the report to the government. But I'm sure that one day this report will implement by the government. Thank you.
I think that's enough because we have to move on.